Good afternoon, everyone. Excuse me. Welcome to another episode of Spilling Tea. I am your host, Tiffany Daniels, and welcome to a decidedly not stupid o'clock, but still having tech issues day sort of spilling tea episode. Because I had this report on the page that I wanted it before I started my camera, and then, oh no, but we must refresh again. I am done with tech issues, folks. I am so done with tech issues right now. Like, I don't know. There's probably going to be like two things of calming tea in my future. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. This is one of these days, like the last two other days, where me and technology, we ain't friends. We ain't friends. So, give me just a second and I'll go into the usual disclaimers. Of course, folks, while I am scrolling again, you are going to find a link of this massive report right there in the description box, as well as the other pertinent links to the Stop the Shocks campaign, including Autistic Hoya's massive archive on the matter, the video that goes over an 18-minute synopsis in regards to the Andre McCollins case, in regards to the JRC. You're also going to find the templates, sign your name, click on your senator, and aversive and improper restraints in schools. We also have the ever-present change.org Shut the Judge Rotenberg Center petition up. Folks, sign it, share it on your social media. Let's finally get these kids safe by closing this place down and making it a footnote in the dark webs of history, all right? Okay. Other disclaimers. When we are talking about the Judge Rotenberg Center, you are going to hear vivid descriptions of and see clips of video surveillance footage of people with disabilities being tortured and abused. If you have young children present, please, folks, go ahead and use your headphones. Also, folks, like usual, when I am reporting on the JRC, even if it's stuff that goes back in the archive a little bit, during the times that I'm coherent and it's not stupid o'clock, the level of stupid, the level of horror, and the level of monstrosity tends to get to me, and explicitives fly out of my mouth. I am trying to be good, so my apologies in advance, alright? So, going back to where we left off yesterday, applications to New York State school aged students. I find this title very interesting because New York told JRC that they were not allowed to use the GED on the students that are sent there from New York. It makes me not surprised at all that New York has decided to give the JRC the finger and start yanking their students out as soon as they come of age. Why a power state like New York caters to this school, I have no idea. It's kind of disturbing. But moving on, let's see how wrong the media's got their facts when it comes to the New York State students, shall we? Alright, Judge, talk to me. Tell me your nonsense and then actually help us read in between the lines, huh? New York State school-aged students can only receive an application of an aversive intervention under the direct supervision or direct observation of an appropriately licensed professional, registered nurse, licensed psychologist, licensed teacher, or licensed social worker. Media been lying. Media been lying. I wonder how soon it has been since that law was changed, because this came out in 2011. Supposedly, New York students are no longer allowed to be placed on the shocks. At least, that was what I have heard. But right here, as of 2011, they could still be shocked as long as it was done under the direction of one of these dubious licensed professionals. See, this is what I don't understand about disability medicine. It's something I've never really understood. How the hell do these people keep getting away with this? You know what I mean? If you are a licensed professional, especially if you are in the medical field, how are you possibly getting away to subjecting patients to harm? I mean, I'm just saying. I guess all the sadists that want to work in the field of medicine end up at the JRC. Great. The professional may observe the treatment via DVR only if he or she is in the same building where the treatment is being administered. The procedures for the New York students is as follows. Oh, wait, hold up. So they can authorize it, but the only way they're able to observe the treatment is if they're in the same building. Excuse me, bacon powder. Isn't that their patient? Wow. The shit this school gets away with. Oh. The procedure for New York students is as follows. Oh my God, how much worse does this get? Step 1. Staff must notify the assigned licensed professional of the behavior. Oh, for the love of God. So, let me get this straight. We are just going to trust the staff calling us that the student is having a behavior. And remember what the JRC considers behaviors and how far they are willing to stretch the truth in order to shock a student. Yeah. Step 2. The licensed professional will observe and supervise the application in person or via the DVR that has been set up for this purpose. So it's okay as long as a licensed professional witnesses the torture. Any of y'all leftovers from Nazi Germany? Just wondering. Acquiring minds and all that. The staff administering the application must note on the GED recording sheet which the licensed professional observed and supervised the applications. Judge, what the fuck does it matter whether it is being observed or not? Really? You really think a professional observing it means it's safe? No, dumbass. No, it does not make it safe. What kind of logic do these people work with? This is that veneer of, but this is what the professionals say. And we have to trust the professionals. Trust professionals, my ass. Any professional who sits there and says that I have authorized these people to use 45 milliamps of electricity on my torso, on my arms, or on the backs of my legs, on my palms, I'm sorry, but fuck you, I want a new doctor. Just saying. And any parent in the right freaking mind would do the same. Moving on. If staff leave the room with one of the students, they must take a walkie-talkie with them. Oh, for the love of God. And people have never faked shit with walkie-talkies? Spare me. Step 5. If outside, the apparently licensed professional... Oh my God. excuse me, if outside, the appropriately licensed professional must respond within the time frame indicated for that student, or an alternate consequence must be administered. Or judge, there shouldn't be consequences for being disabled. Okay? There shouldn't be punishments for kids being disabled or young adults. Maybe we shouldn't have judges and legislators who last time looked into medical practice in the 1930s being the ones to decide on these matters. Just saying. Oh dear God. If an alternative consequence is given, the reason why must be recorded on the GED recording sheet. So they have to justify giving them a different consequence than shocking them. What is that consequence? Starving them? Shocking them in their sleep, maybe. And judge, you can sit there and tell me all day they do not shock them in their sleep for behaviors earlier in the day, but if that's true, why the fuck do they have them wear them in their sleep? What possible behavior can they have when they're sleeping? Just saying. Step 7. If a GED cannot be administered due to unavailability of a licensed professional, staff must contact the shift supervisor immediately and make note of the time and whom the staff attempted to contact. An appropriately licensed professional will be assigned while the student is at the residence and during transport. Oh, for the love of God. So if they won't be there for it, we'll find somebody else who will approve it. Of course you will. We're not going to go into any more of this because, let's face it, that is rather loaded there. What protections do these kids actually have? None. They have none. None. God. The fact that this judge believes that the licensed professional there does in any way legitimize what this school is doing, that he believes that a licensed professional being there in any way will protect that student is insane. It's insane. I know I keep saying it, but every time I read this report and I look more deeply in this case, my mind becomes more and more completely bewildered, boggled, upset, and just shocked. When I can't think this place can become more corrupt and more evil, I do another video on material I haven't covered yet. And yeah. My takeaway from this is that people in this state are never willing to question the professionals. Even if what the professionals are alluding to, allowing, and in fact demanding to happen is completely horrifying and insane. Things that we would expect to see in a movie like Saw, not to be in a treatment facility or a school. The corruption is mind-boggling. The level of depravity is mind-boggling. The absolute complete lack of training just, what can I say? What can I say? And number 2, this idea that has been pervaded in the media for years is that the New York State kids are safer. Obviously not. obviously, once again, the media has failed to do their homework. I mean, who's surprised, right? But when you're talking about these kids, when you're talking about these victims, you goddamn owe it to them to tell their story correctly. And on that little rant, I'll go ahead and close out this video for this afternoon. And of course, there will be a JD versus AH video, one of the many updates that came last call center weekend I had right after this one. We don't get very many views on this channel, folks, especially on this subject. The few that we do tend to get removed from time to time. So, folks, please don't forget to hit that like button, hit subscribe, don't forget to hit the comments. I do appreciate your time this afternoon, and as always, we here at Spilling Tea hope you have a good one. Bye-bye.